what's happened with the sequel trilogy? Was it a failure? Was it a success? Did they say Vader's going to have his classic stormtroopers?
The Imperial Stormtroopers coming back.
Nice. Kylo Ren's out. Darth Vader in the original trilogy is coming to Star Wars Land at Disneyland. What's up, guys? It's James from the Toy Port, joined by my friend James. And today we are here to discuss the new news that have come out this week about Star Wars. So, a couple big stories came out. One, Kathleen Kennedy's gone. And then two, we got some big changes coming to Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, definitely. It's super exciting.
Now, let's just start with the Galaxy's Edge one. So they're talking about basically, Galaxy's Edge, the Black Spire Outpost, I think they call it. It was basically centered around the sequel trilogy. So Kylo Ren, Rey, all that kind of stuff. And it's been that way since they made the land. It's just been stuck in that kind of universe the whole time. Now, a lot of people kind of complained about that. They were saying, why would you go to land around a new series when you could have something well-established like the original trilogy? And lo and behold, guess what's coming? So, Kylo Ren's out! Darth Vader in the original trilogy is coming to Star Wars Land at Disneyland. How does this make you feel?
So, I actually go to Galaxy's Edge and travel Batuu quite a bit. I've been to Batuu East in Florida and Batuu West in Disneyland. I'm super excited about it, actually. My kids are excited about it. We've done the whole sequel trilogy sort of thing. It is very cool seeing Kylo Ren walk around with his First Order Stormtroopers, interacting with people. I know Rey's going to stay in the Resistance base area, so Rise of Resistance will still stay there. But they're not only changing out the characters, but they're also changing up some of the scenery, changing up some of the shops and merchandise, which, I bought a bunch of stuff from Galaxy's Edge over the years since they opened in 2019. And my first time during COVID and everything like that. And I literally had a budget of like $600, and I blew it in 15 minutes. I love Star Wars. But I think it's honestly good because you're going to have a whole group of people that are dedicated to the original series. Older people, but also younger generations. Also, next year happens to be the 50th anniversary of Star Wars. Ooh. So I think that might be part of it. I know they're working on whole new storylines, talking about like why the Empire's there. But you get Leia in her Battlefront 2 outfit.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Super exciting. You have Han, Chewie together with the Falcon. You have Luke Skywalker walking around trying to find stuff. You have R2, obviously. I just want to see C-3PO, but I don't think they're going to do that. And then just moseying around, you have Darth Vader, which Kylo Ren's pretty cool when you see him, but having a much larger figure is going to be super intimidating and be like, oh, gotta get out of the way. But I like how they're changing up the story and all the cast and everything.
Now, they said, like you said, Kylo has his First Order Stormtrooper. Did they say Vader's going to have his classic Stormtroopers?
The Imperial Stormtroopers coming back.
Nice. I like that.
So it's going to be cool. And I guess Kylo Ren's going to be pushed to the Star Wars launch bay and Tomorrowland for the main greets during Season of the Force.
Gotcha.
But as far as I know, it's going to be permanent for the foreseeable future.
Well, I think this is a welcome change. Like I said, a lot of fans from the very beginning didn't understand why they didn't go with the original trilogy in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
So it's funny because in one of the articles I was reading, they were saying that with, this whole new change of going to the original trilogy versus the sequel trilogy, they were saying basically like this is something that they've been wanting to do. They like that they have the opportunity that they can change the land. Because someone was asking about if we're going to see the prequels ever come to Galaxy. That would be cool. I think that would be awesome. But now hearing kind of how Disney responded to the question about, well, we can kind of work with it, kind of had me wonder in the back of my mind, like, was this done on purpose? Like, they went with the sequel trilogy because that's what they were trying to push to get their money. But then they knew they could always fall back and change the park or the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy.
Yeah, like the TIE Echelon, which was Kylo Ren ship in Galaxy's Edge, looks like a TIE fighter. And it was made for one of the sequel trilogy movies. And I guess they said, it was like a hot rod for Kylo Ren that was built in the Imperial era so it fits. Because I'm like, are we going to see a Lambda class shuttle being built? That'd be cool. But I mean, there's banners and stuff. It's an easy change, and I guess some of the insides of some of the buildings are changing as well.
Now, I haven't been there before, so, like, when you go to Galaxy's Edge, is it pretty much, does it look kind of like a Tatooine type? Or, like, does it look not specific to Sequel Trilogy, but I mean, like you said, it's so easy to switch to the different eras because of the way they did the buildings?
So it gives that sort of vibe of sort of Tatooine in comparison to any other sort of planet, just how the color palettes are. And the color palettes are different from Florida and California because of weather and stuff.
Gotcha.
So it's a little bit darker in Florida. But there's a lot of trees, so there's definitely no sand, which is great because I hate sand, right? But I think it's good because for me, going to Disneyland, it's always packed.
Right.
But Galaxy's Edge, traveling to Batuu, the only thing that's packed are the lines, and it's very open, so it allows for that sort of immersion to the area.
Nice.
You hear TIE fighters fly overhead ever so often. Everyone's role-playing out there. It's great, but I think being able to change it, it still gives that Outer Rim sort of vibe, for sure.
Okay. So now switching over to the other news. So kind of going off of that, the reason for this change, I think, would you say because Sequel Trilogy kind of failed, and Disney's now they see the writing on the wall, they saw it didn't work out the way they were hoping, so now came the change, and now we see a change in leadership with Kathleen Kennedy stepping down.
I actually think a big part of it is the 50th anniversary. Okay. I do think that, honestly, I tell people, because I don't like some of the newer movies, in a way that I like the originals or the prequels.
Of course.
But I will say that if it wasn't for the sequel trilogy, we would not have that too. But I do think a lot of it has to do with that shift in how people see stuff. But some of the kids, like my kids, really do like the sequels because they're the prequels to us. They grew up. But I do think as we're seeing Mandalorian and Grogu come out,
right?
We're seeing Starfighter come out next year, the anniversary next year. I think it opens up for a lot more Imperial era.
Okay.
And allowing for that. And I think that they know that it's more popular than the sequels.
Right. Well, I think it's safe to say the Imperial era is kind of where the money is.
Oh, absolutely.
There's so many stories that can be told with so many great characters. And the fact that they're finally maybe pivoting more toward this, getting away from, the sequel trilogy, which sort of Disney's kind of first foray into it, realizing, hey, let's go back to what works.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you see that with toys all the time.
Yeah.
Your shop, I come here quite a bit, right? Finishing my collections. But you'll see how many toys they come out with sequel trilogy versus how many toys for the prequels and how many toys for original series. And even with the Hasbro HasLabs and everything, their moneymaker is the original fan base of the original trilogy. And I mean, that's where the money is anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The older fans are the ones with the extra money to spend on these.
And I'm going to be excited because, like I said, I bought a bunch of stuff already. And it's going to be interesting to see some more Imperial-esque and Rebel attire or equipment and stuff like that I can get at Galaxy's Edge and go with that immersion. So I'm excited for the merchandise too.
Without going, too much into, what's happened with the sequel trilogy, was it a failure? Was it a success? Obviously, Kathleen Kennedy was the head of this for, I think it's 12 or 14 years?
Oh, it's been a while, yeah.
Because 2012, I think, is when George Lucas stepped down and Kathleen Kennedy took over. So I think it's been 14 years that she's been kind of the head of Star Wars. So, now, with that being said, I also think she gets a lot of flack. Kathleen Kennedy, yes, she was the head of Star Wars, but Bob Iger is the one who calls all the shots. He was her boss. So I think she catches a little bit of the flack when maybe some of it should be more directed towards him. But, she led it for 14 years. Now she's stepping down, and I think what everybody wanted, Dave Filoni is taking charge of the creative side of it.
Yep.
There's someone who's been with the company, I think, since like 1999 or early 2000.
A while, yeah.
She's handling like the day-to-day and like the money part of it. But I think that's a good thing because now we get Dave Filoni can completely focus on just the creative, which I think that's what he's best at.
Yeah. So it's great. Dave obviously did Clone Wars and stuff. He's doing Mandalorian Grogu.
Rebels. Rebels. I love Rebels.
And this is going to be a great adventure to see his first actual live-action film.
Right.
Because he's an animated guy. I guess he started off with The Last Airbender cartoon, which I never saw, never went to. It's okay. Star Wars for life.
We're going to have another conversation about that later.
But Lin-Wen, Brandon, I believe is what her name is. Lin-Wen. She started off in ILM. Did that for, I think, 10, 12, 16 years. Excuse me. She's the president of that. And then she's been working at Lucasfilm as one of the executive business sort of moguls under Kathleen Kennedy for years now, making sure money flow, merchandise, all that sort of stuff. Obviously, as the leader, it's inherent that you're to blame for a lot of the stuff.
Right.
I mean, Kathleen Kennedy has a really good portfolio of
She
stuff.
has a really good portfolio.
Yeah, and she's going back to producing, which is what she's really good at. And I think with all the flack and everything, Bob Iger is definitely the man who should be blamed more so than Kathleen. Especially putting out, hey, we want movies every 2 years.
Right.
Hey, we want this, we want that.
Well, and he gave her and he gave the creatives deadlines.
Yep.
You have to do this by this, which I'm pretty sure Kathleen and the creatives did not want.
No.
Because then they're stuck. They have to have this done by this date. I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, like I like a lot of what Disney has done or allowed for Star Wars to expand across multiple different new books, video games, movies, TV shows, all that sort of stuff. But I think with COVID pushing streaming into the serialized sort of stuff, the timelines to appease shareholders and profits, because they just spent $1 bazillion on Star Wars and trying to make all their money back. But I think this is good for Kathleen to get out of the way for those certain toxic fans, I guess you can say.
And she can get back to what she was amazing at.
And I think it's great to see new people come in to also get yelled at for failures, but to see how things go. And, originally I used to be like very anti-Kathleen Kennedy, but Andor is my favorite Star Wars show. Star Wars Project, especially season 2. I just like how real it is in our world. But she was a huge person for that, to make sure it got funded, make sure it stayed true to 20 Growers' vision. So, but yeah, best wishes to her, really.
And I mean, I think it's important to kind of, not everyone knows what her pedigree is and what she did, but I mean, we're talking, she had a big part with Indiana Jones, E.T., Jurassic Park. So many of these major films she had a part in. So I understand why George Lucas picked her. It's unfortunate things didn't go amazing, but I mean, Force Awakens did pretty crazy when it first came out, and then Rogue One, another amazing hit. So she does have some major wins under under overtaking Star Wars.
No, absolutely, I agree.
Dave Filoni. What this could mean for the fan? This could mean we're gonna finally get some major heavy hitter, good stories. Star Wars might finally be back. I think 2026 alone is going to be a major, major year for Star Wars.
No, absolutely. As long as he can keep Disney at bay, and allow Star Wars to breathe again, which I think we've missed. I just hope he's up for the challenge. And like I said, when things don't go well, our people want to react to Dave Filoni because he's up on this high pedestal right now.
Yeah,
but I'm excited to see where we go, and hopefully we get some more animated films and shows, because I love that stuff from him.
I mean, that's one good thing with Dave Filoni. He's been such a proponent of the animated series for Star Wars. I mean, his first project when Star Wars got taken over by Disney was Star Wars Rebels, which I friggin' loved. Then we got the Clone Wars brought back. We got final season of the final season. And then we got Bad Batch. So, I mean, he's been a big guy for animated. That's been primarily what he's known for. Then he took the big step into live action with The Mandalorian. I'm seeing a lot of positives. Ahsoka might have been a little bit of a backstep, but we'll see how he recovers with Mando and Grogu.
Yeah,
I'm really excited, and I hope this means we're about to embark on an amazing new era of Star Wars.
Oh yeah, it's going to be wonderful. I know I'm excited. My kids are excited, and we'll see how it goes. Mixed with that and Galaxy's Edge, and I mean, the universe is ours.
Well, and I mean, the very good thing is, I mean, Dave Filoni was George Lucas's right-hand man. He learned from the master. He knows the mind of the master. So hopefully all of that will kind of come into Star Wars in a good way, and there'll just be some flawless and amazing execution. I can just say I'm excited that he's the one who has it, and I'm hopeful that this is going to be fun going forward.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be great experience.
Well, I think that's pretty much it. As always, I'm James from the Toy Port. This is my buddy James, and we have fun talking about Star Wars with you guys. Have a good one.